Hi everyone, this is a video on how to do a mail merge, but I'm just going to show you what's making all the noise in the background. I've got five little chicks, and yeah, so they're like about a week and a half old. Hello, say hello, say hello. They don't have names or anything, but we're not sure whether they're boys or girls yet, but they make a lot of noise. So two chickens, cute, huh? Anyway, maybe say goodnight. Bye bye. There you go. Okay, back to business. I've moved into somewhere where there's not so much noise. So, yes, mail merge, creating mail merge. So, as I said, I think in the previous video, it's just a setup of allowing the database to make letters that are ready for being mailed out. So, first thing what I've done, you can actually make it straight from the table if you want, but what I've done is I've created a query because what I want to do is put the two names together. So if you have a look here, this is my query in datasheet view. So full name, I've actually put their first name and second name together. So it's going to appear on the form together. I'll just show you how I did that. If you go into data design view, I've made a calculated field. Okay, and the syntax is there, so we've done calculated fields before. So it's given name, you put an and in there, which will do something called concatenate, which is join together, a space, and concatenate the family name onto the end of that. So what it comes up with is this field, a space, and the last field there. So it's got this full name there. So it just joins it together nicely, so there's no space in between. So other than that, it's just the same as the table that it comes from. So save that and call it mail merge. Now, creating a report. So I've already got my report here. I've set it up. I'll show you what I've done. Changes. So I've done this sort of thing. I'll show you how to do this in a minute. So what I've done is I've set up some text, and these are field names. Okay, so I'll do it from scratch just to show you how to do it. Create and do a report design. So we've been doing blank or report wizards, which is this one here. Do a report design. So click on that, and you get this thing. I might just close that one. Okay, so you've got this report one. It's a blank report. Okay, so it doesn't have anything in it. Page header, if you wanted to put something that came up on the top, you put something in there. Footer is the same thing at the bottom. We're not going to worry about that at the moment. So what I'm going to show you is how to put fields in. So if you use the text box, some of you would have had experience with this text box before. If you do something like this, it gives you some text. It gives you two boxes. It gives you some text that you can write in. Which is actually a label, and an unbound text box, which you can assign a field from your query. So before I do that, I'll just delete that. What you need to do is click on the detail at the top here and right click. Okay, where it says report properties, you need to click on that. And what you're going to do is go to record source. Okay, so this is where all your fields are going to come from. And click on this little, the three dots here. Whoops, no, that's not right. Get out of that, sorry. This drop down box, that's what we want. Okay, so record source. We want to use the mail merge query that we made. Okay, so you click on that, and all the fields that you put in here will draw from that query. Okay, so I'll show you that in a minute, what's going to happen. You need to use your design tools. Okay, and let's just use this text box. So what I did was I used text box labels of the text box. Okay, so I'd say, dear researchers. Okay, I'm just going to do this quickly just to show you what I've done. All right, and that just appears just as it's written. Okay, now this unbound text box, okay, can be any field you want. So if you click on here and go to these, put this out of the way. If you click on this, you go over to this properties here, and there's all these settings here you can change for this object. Okay, so where it says data, hang on, yep, make sure you clicked on text too, yep. Control source, we're going to make that, let's say, full name. Okay, so that was that field we created before with the first name and last name. Okay, so that's got a bit of text. It's going to be the same in every letter, and then the full name, which should change every time you've got a different record. Okay, so let's click on the view. Okay, and you'll see that it actually, for each record. Okay, so yeah, this is where I change the labels, and you'll see that it comes up different for each person. So let's just have a look at the design view again, and I'll just show you some other things. There's all these different settings for this thing here. You would have noticed that there was a background around it, which is not ideal. So if you go to border style, if you go to transparent, okay, it should actually get rid of that. Okay, that box around there. So there's all these different settings you can change on that. So one other thing, to make this, okay, if you go to print preview, just notice it sort of puts all the records on one page or 2 pages. Now the way you fix that, okay, so go back into, whoops, okay, this is a bit painful the way it does this, but where are we? Close print preview, there it is. Alright, so go back into design view. Now, I think, okay, so just on your property sheet here, if you're in the detail, so this is the property of this box here. If you go to force new page, okay, and click after section, okay, what it'll do, and I'll show you this in a second, it should make it so that each record is on a separate page, okay, which is what you're trying to achieve with your mail merge. Okay, so what I've shown you there is not just, okay, I've only shown you one field, but basically all I did was I made text boxes, okay, so field names and labels. So a label is actually, you can put in a slab of text just as a label as well, and that will just be text that will appear on every letter. You can make, if you use a text box, you can actually delete this bit here. Oops, delete that. Oops, pressing delete. There we go. And this can be just a text box you can have with any field there if you want. So data, go to data, control source, and you can put any field, and that will appear in that letter. Okay, so that's all I've done. I'll show you. I'll go back to it. I'll just try and open it. Just show you again what I've done there. Just move my head over this way. Okay, so I've just created some labels. I think this might even be a text box, which is just, well, it has a label part of it. There's a field. Okay, and there's a crime field, date of trial. Okay, so you should be able to see what I've done from here. These are all fields in the query, and these are all labels. Okay, and when you print preview them, they form. It's not a brilliant letter because of the spacing here, but it's what we're trying to achieve. Okay, so I had to leave these spaces in here to take into account different lengths of names or text in that field. Okay, so that's a mail merge. Okay, you could you could mail these out to people, relatives of these people. Yeah, so that's a mail merge. Have a go at that. Good luck.